Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am bringing you my no makeup look. I feel like recently there's been a resurgence in this type of video, so I am going to jump on that bandwagon and show you what I do to get, like I said, the no makeup look. Alright, so I have already moisturized and put on my SPF. I'll show you what I use. So my favorite moisturizer right now is the e.l.f. Hello Hydration Face Cream. This is actually in my April favorites, so if you haven't watched that, I'll link that up in the cards for you. I have dry skin, and I think this provides the moisture I need for it. And then after that, I go in with the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Skin Shielding Moisturizer, because this has an SPF 50. I wouldn't recommend using this alone as your only moisturizer, because I just don't think it provides what you need. Like, it's not going to dry your skin out or anything, but it's also just not going to give you that boost of moisture that your skin needs. But I love that it has SPF 50. It has that citrusy smell because I believe vitamin C, is one of the ingredients. I think most of this line from e.l.f. Has vitamin C, because I have the serum that I actually really like too. So I put this on after the moisturizer. It's very thin and liquidy, but I think it does a good job in protecting you from the sun. Okay, so now that I am at my little vanity, because I do the moisturizing stuff in, I don't know what that was. I do all my skincare and moisturizing in my bathroom, and then I do my makeup at my little vanity. So to start off, I'm going to use the Pixi Glow Mist as kind of my primer spray. I just think it's another good layer of moisture that's going to be underneath the rest of your makeup. Alright. And then I like to go in with the primer. For this type of look, I like to do a luminous primer. So I have a few things that I use. Like, I have this Glam Glowstarter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer in Nude Glow. I think this was from, not this year, but last year's Sephora birthday gift. And I like this, and it smells like, it smells like a Starburst. Which one is it? It smells like, I want to say the pink Starburst. So it smells really good. And I don't use this, like, I interchange like the kinds of luminous primers I use. So this has lasted me a long time. And then I have a deluxe size of the Backlight priming filter from Becca. This is another good luminous one. But what I'm going to do today is use, the Wet n Wild Dewy Face Primer. This one is a little deeper than the other options, not by much, but that doesn't affect, I mean, I'm very fair, so it's not going to affect like the tone on my face. You can already see it's very luminous, and it's the most affordable of my options, and I'm a big Wet n Wild fan, so. Alright, I have that on, and then I'm going to go in, because I'm not going to have as much coverage on my face, I want something to minimize my pores, and so my current favorite primer for that is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So I just go in and target certain spots. So I do kind of my cheek areas that are closer to my nose, and you don't really need too much. I kind of like swirl my finger in it like 3 times or so and get plenty of product. So my cheeks, and then I have like large pores on the top of my nose, so I go there and I concentrate on this area and kind of drag it up through the rest of my nose and pull up towards my forehead. Ooh. And then the last area would be my chin. So, whew. And I feel like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, it just makes a big difference, because I mean, most people aren't going to notice your pores unless they're as close to a mirror as you would be. But it makes me feel better. Alright. And then the foundation I'm going to use is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I use this shade LC1. It's the lightest shade. I wouldn't say it's my perfect shade match, but it does the job. And since it's a lighter coverage, it works out. Okay, so just gonna stripe it. I try to only use like the one dip into the bottle and just cover my face, because if I need extra coverage, that's what I'm gonna use concealer for. All right. And then I'm going to use a sponge. If I wanted more coverage out of this foundation, I would use a brush, but I actually I want very minimal. I just want to kind of tone down the redness in my face and even everything out. And then in the spots, like my under eyes and the redness that really peeks out, especially on my nose, I will cover with concealer. I feel like it doesn't even look like I have foundation on. It doesn't even feel like I have foundation on. I do love this product when I don't want to do much, but I want to do more than just a bare face. It's my go-to. And then for concealer, my favorite combo, also mentioned in my April favorites, is the Flower Beauty concealer mixed with the Catrice. This is very dewy. This is a little more matte and lighter. This is more of the color I need. So I just love the combo. It's like a satin finish. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to concentrate this under my eyes. I'll even put it on my eyelid because I might put a little like bronzer and highlight on my eyelids, but I'm not going to do much shadow. So I need to even out the skin tone there. And then my nose, that's where most redness comes through, and my cheek. Ooh, didn't mean to go up to my lip. And then I take the lighter Catrice and I do just kind of a dotting. I don't put as much. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and blend that out. Okay, and then I'm going to set that, those concealers at least together will crease. So I'm going to use my Mercier translucent setting powder. I took the sifter out. I have so little left. I actually think it's kind of so old that it's not as good as it used to be, but I just want to finish it. I hate throwing away things that still have product in them. So I'm going to set under my eyes and my eyelids and then my T-zone, especially my nose. I have dry skin, so I don't have to set everywhere, but if I want my foundation concealer to stay, especially on my nose, then I have to set it. Woof. That was more than, that's the problem without that sifter. I get way too much, but I'll just, and this powder does mattify a little bit, but we'll bring that back with some other products. Okay, good to go. All right, so now I'm going to bronze a little bit so I don't look so flat. Got my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I've been loving taking a big powder brush, this one's from Real Techniques, to disperse it. I'm just trying to warm up my skin. I'm not trying to contour, so it's a less concentrated kind of swipe, if that makes sense. So do my cheekbones. Again, not trying to contour, just trying to warm up my face because I'm so pale. I actually bought some self tanner the other day. I haven't used it yet because it's such a process. But we're coming into summer and sometimes I like to be tan. 99% of the time I embrace my paleness, but sometimes I like to have that deeper skin. Although for me, when I self tan, I still look pale. Like, I'm at such a low starting point when it comes to my shades, so it gets me up to like maybe 2 or 3 shades. Although I bought a deeper color this time, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, and then let me get my neck area. And then I'm just making sure everything's blended out because, again, I want it to look more natural. So I just need to diffuse everything. Alright, now, typically I put my blush on and then my highlight, but since I'm going for a more natural look, I like to put my highlight on first and then kind of diffuse it with the blush. So, where's my highlight brush? Here it is. I'm trying to think what my most natural highlight is, because the one that I've been using the most lately is from the BH Blushing in Bali palette, and it's this one right here, but it's pretty intense. And that's what I was planning to use. So I pulled out my Warm Nude Physicians Formula highlight. It's the Shimmer strips. I think the shade is Warm Nude. So this can be very intense, but it's my only highlight that I think could look the most natural. So I'm just gonna concentrate in this corner right here, these lightest shades. And again, I do this before blush in case I get a little out of hand. So I like kind of coming to the corner of my eye and then sweeping down. And I do kind of come to the apple of my cheek. Yeah. On camera it looks a little more intense, but it does look more natural in person. Oh, okay. Yeah, especially I've got a good bit of texture on the side of my face. I feel like this isn't emphasizing it as much. And then I go everywhere else you typically highlight. I love the tip of the nose highlight. I'm gonna be a little extra for that. And then maybe a little more, we'll see. I just love highlight. Okay. And now I am gonna go into that BH palette for my blush. And I'm gonna use the shade Lychee, which is the lightest shade here. I'm gonna lightly sweep that on my cheeks. Yeah, that's like the amount I want. I don't want it to look obvious or too obvious that I'm wearing blush. And then I'm actually gonna take this powder brush that I think it might have a little leftover face powder from the other day, but I'm not actually adding anything, and blending everything on my cheeks together. Yes, okay. Alright, so my face is done. Now for brows, when I want them to look better than they are, but I don't want to put as much effort. I just do a tinted brow gel. This one's from Essence Make Me Brow in the shade 1 Blondy Brows. I know I'm not blonde, but it just works, I don't know. So I'm just gonna comb that through. It doesn't deposit too much color, but enough. It looks like I made an effort. I don't know, I see a difference. I think it looks a little more put together. I think it's maybe the combing out of your brows. It's not filling as much as it is taming. And I feel like I don't know, I think I sleep. I'm one of those that sleeps in different positions, but I do end up on my face a lot. So my brows get pushed around quite a bit. So that leaves my eyes. Like I mentioned before, I'm just gonna run some of my bronzer in my crease. This is a very sloppy, this is gonna be very easy and sloppy, but still look put together. So even put it on my lid and run it in my crease. And do it on the other side. And then take the highlight. Alright, I'm gonna take this kind of flat but thick shader brush. I'm gonna run it in kind of all four of these corner colors right there and put that on the lid. And then my brow bone and my inner corner. Again, it's very easy and sloppy, but in a good way. And now I'm gonna do mascara. Especially when I'm doing the no makeup look, I like very thick voluminous lashes. So I'm going to go in with my favorite trio. Technically, yes, this is 3 mascaras, but this is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Primer, which I think is literally the best lash primer I've ever used. Highly recommend. And then my favorite regular mascara has been the Flower Beauty Warrior Princess. Very similar to the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, so to me they're kind of interchangeable. And then on my bottom lashes, the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, and now I'm going to just put on a lip balm. If you're curious, this is the Lip Smacker Kiss Therapy in Grapefruit, and it does have an SPF 30. And then to finish everything off, I'm going to use the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Setting Spray. Was that too much? Probably, but no regrets here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, and that finishes off my no makeup look. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye guys.